Week 3 recap. I went 6-5. Let's talk about it. And also, we're going to move with Week 4 picks. All right, man. Like I said, man, Week 3, I went 6-5 for the season. I am 12-13 when it comes to my picks. Starting out with the Dolphins and the Bills. I said take the Bills on the money line, which I did. The Bills won 31-21 over the Dolphins as Tua Tagovailoa threw a crucial pick towards late in that game, which sealed the deal for the Buffalo Bills as the Bills remain undefeated. Then it was the Packers versus the Browns. I said that the Browns will play a great game. They will play competitive and everything like that. But I didn't trust the spread. The spread was 7.5, Packers being the favorite. So I decided to take the money line with the Green Bay Packers. And guess what? Outright, the Cleveland Browns beat the Green Bay Packers. Then it was the Bengals versus the Vikings. I said take the spread. The spread was -2.5. The Vikings destroyed the Cincinnati Bengals 48-10, and they also remain undefeated. And then you had the Steelers versus the Patriots. Steelers were 1.5-point favorites. I said take the spread with the Steelers, and the Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. Then we had the Rams versus the Eagles. And like I was saying in my previous video, I thought the conditions of the championship game played a big factor as far as the game being as close as it was, because when they played in Los Angeles, LA rather, earlier last season, Saquon and the Eagles just pretty much just ran all over the Rams, and it came down to the end, a blocked field goal and a return, but the spread covered, which was 3.5 point. And the Eagles remain also undefeated. Then we had the Raiders versus my Commanders. I said take the Commanders on the money line. The Commanders ended up blowing the doors off of the Raiders with backup quarterback Marcus Mariota. Everyone contributed, and the Commanders won. Then we had the Broncos versus the Chargers. I said take the Chargers on the spread. It was -2.5. And they pretty much covered that split. It was 23-20, a victory for the Chargers as they also remain undefeated. Then you had the Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. Now, this upset me. I said take the Cowboys on the money line, but Caleb Williams orchestrated and carved up the Dallas Cowboys secondary, and Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams was cooking up as the Bears beat the Dallas Cowboys 31-14. Cowboys also lost CeeDee Lamb. He's out for multiple weeks as well. Then we had the Cardinals versus the 49ers. I said take the 49ers on the 1.5-point spread. Actually, that game was 16-15, 49ers won, so they did not cover, but the 49ers remain undefeated. Then we had the Kansas City Chiefs versus the New York Football Giants on Sunday Night Football. I had the Chiefs. No, I actually took the Giants on the spread, 5.5, which it was. The Giants looked horrendous. The crowd was booing for Russ to get out of there, and it ended up being Jackson Dart, the rookie from Ole Miss, will get the start this upcoming Sunday as the Chiefs won 22-9, winning their first game of the season. Then the last game, you had the Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. I took the Ravens at home minus the 4.5, but the Detroit Lions had other plans. I mean, you couldn't stop Sonic and Tails as they collabed for over 200 yards rushing. Montgomery had a big day. and Jared Goff was looking in form. And now all of a sudden, the Detroit Lions are starting to look like the team that they were last year as they beat the Ravens 38-30. Now, week number 4, got the picks on deck. Tonight, Thursday night, football on Prime Video. You got Seattle Seahawks rolling into Arizona to play the Cardinals. Both teams are 2-1. Seattle was a 1.5-point favorite. Give me Seattle on the spread, as I believe that Sam Darnold and company will take care of the Cardinals. Then you have my Commanders versus the Atlanta Falcons, which I will be there down in the A. The Commanders are 2-1, and the Falcons are 1-2. Commanders are 1.5-point favorites. Give me the Commanders on the spread. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both squads are 2-1. Vikings are 2.5-point favorites versus the Steelers. I'm going to take the spread for the Vikings. I believe that their defense is stout. They have one of the best defenses in the National Football League. And the Steelers, who once always had a great defense, all of a sudden doesn't look really great as of yet in this young season. Aaron Rodgers is playing decent. You know, he got over almost close to 600 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks. But at the same time, I like the Minnesota Vikings defense versus the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Give me the Vikings on the 2.5-point spread. Then you have one of the games of the week. You have 2 3-0 teams, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles are 3.5-point favorites over the Bucs while they are in Tampa. Now, the Bucs have the first 3 games, they have had to go down pretty much the last drive of the game to win the game, while the Eagles are winning as well, and they still haven't looked like they fully clicked. But hey, the defending Super Bowl champions obviously don't have a Super Bowl hangover. But the Bucs in the last few years have beaten Philly outright, whether it's regular season or in the playoffs. And I expect to take that 3.5-point spread with the Bucs. I think it'd be a competitive game. Even if the Eagles pull out that win, I mean, maybe 20-17, you know, the Bucs still cover. But I would take the Bucs on that spread. Then you got the Browns versus the Lions. The Lions are 2-1. Browns are 1-2. The Lions are 8.5-point spread. And I just was saying, Sonic a note. Now, we know the Browns got a heck of a defense, got a heck of a front, decent linebacker core, great backfield as far as the corners and safeties go. But at the same time, and they, like I said, and they held Green Bay offense in check. I think Detroit has too much firepower. I think over time, and especially with this playing at home, they will get the victory. Give me the Detroit Lions minus 8.5. Then you got the 1-2 Patriots versus the 1-2 Panthers. Panthers going into New England. Pats are 5.5-point favorites. Give me the Carolina Panthers plus the 5.5 points. Then you got the 2-1 Jaguars versus the 3-0 San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are favored by 3.5. Give me the San Francisco 49ers on the money line versus the Jaguars. Then you have the 3-0 Colts versus the 2-1 Rams. Rams are 2-1 minus, and they're favorites, minus 3.5 points on the spread. Give me the Rams on the spread. Then you got the Baltimore Ravens 1-2 versus the 1-2 Chiefs. Kind of crazy to this early in the season to see 2 teams that, you know, have high expectations to both be playing at 1-2. Still a marquee game. The Ravens are favored by 2.5. I think the Ravens bounce back and finally, you know, get it all clicking, even though they have been clicking, but the defense is horrible. Patrick Mahomes still is limited, don't have a lot of his weapons. And I think the Ravens will do enough to get the win. Give me the Ravens minus the 2.5. Then you got the 2-1 Packers versus the 1-2 Dallas Cowboys. Packers are 6.5-point favorites, and the big Micah Parsons is coming back to Jerry's World to face his former team. I think the Packers are going to stomp on Dallas. I think the defense is going to be flying around. Give me the Packers minus the 6.5 points. And then the last game on my slate, as far as my picks go, you got the 2-1 Bengals versus the 1-2 Broncos. Broncos are favored by 7.5. I don't like the spread for this game, but give me the Broncos money line. It's your boy, Sports Guy TV, where we talk sports like religion, and I'm out. Until the next time.